Okay, Andy Shelton here with ScenePro again. This is another example of some of the testing that we did with Georgia State Police August 20th. So this is going to be a line of sight assessment where we use the ScenePro to find the position of the right-of-way vehicle, and we have the video here on the left is synced from the cross path, or what would be the cross path vehicle. This is your right-of-way video here. This is a line map of just this one run. We are able to isolate down based on time so that you can look at one run at a time on the map. This will allow us in a second here to look at change of time and change of distance. This is raw data coming in here. GPS lat long are accurate, however, they don't carry out the full set of digits, so you're not able to just look at it here. If you copy and paste this out, though, you will see the full numerical set, so you can place that directly into a geo-reference crash map. The distance here is the total distance of the run, so this is not indicating everything that happened just in this short time period. So anyway, I'm going to let this play real quick so you can see what happens, then we'll go back through it. All right, I'll let that play all the way to the end so that you can see the vehicle does come to a rest at the end of it and the video is synced correctly. I'm going to step up through and show you some of what we've got. The yellow V here in the middle of the page is a manual trigger. That was a push button trigger that I used inside the vehicle as he was driving. The long red arc here is the GPS elevation. The short sloping or sharply sloping red arc is the speed in miles per hour. And the blue trace is longitudinal acceleration. So obviously we're not really looking at braking here. That's not going to be real critical on that. So as we move forward, if you look at the videos, you can see, taking it very slowly, you can see that there is something visible at this point in time. I clicked the paddle as soon as I recognized that that was the vehicle sitting there. So with it at speed, with it sitting in the shadow, we didn't really have a very good view of it. So this is a point in time where I initiated the trigger on the paddle. There's a accurate lat long and elevation, or lat long and altitude, that we could copy and paste and put directly onto a forensic crash map. As we move forward, this is just where I've let off the button on that V trace there. But as we move forward, you can see the vehicle starts to come into view. So you can just barely, from the camera that's mounted on the driver's window of this car, you can just barely see the truck coming into view there. As I step forward a few frames. So I'll let you guys decide where you would say that the vehicle's visible enough that you would trigger your perception reaction time analysis. So I think the studies say that 2/3 of the vehicle being visible, or 2/3 of the height or width of the vehicle being visible, is about when the average person triggers in. This is not a debate about time and distance or perception reaction. I'm simply showing what's possible with the instrument. So at this point in time here, again, I have a lat long and an elevation that we can drop directly into a forensic map. You can see on the satellite map over here where the trace is, you can see the front yard area of this house is obscured by trees. See the heavy tree cover here. You can see where this vehicle is in relation to this one. The moving vehicle is the vehicle that has the ScenePro unit on board. So we also have the ability, from the point in time that I observed and initiated the trigger, I can highlight that, drag the trace across, and let's get to the point where we're just about even with the front of, we'll back it up to about right there, just to give you something to look at. So change in time over that distance that I highlighted is 2.5 seconds. Change in distance is right at 100 feet. Here again, we have lat long at beginning and end of that. Time, speed, distance shows your trigger status there. This is ScenePro. Can you do this with your existing system? and I'm betting you can't with your drag sled. Thanks a lot, guys.